Don't think that I am against you when I laugh at crazy things that you say.
Hello and welcome to Smarter Than That, where we do home demonstrations to explain scientific phenomena. Now I know I owe you still a video from the Amazing Meeting 6, which by the way was absolutely amazing. I'm adding links to the JREF Foundation, randy.org, and to the Amazing Meeting website just so that you can see what you've missed if you weren't there. Next year, you have to come. This was a absolutely amazing meeting where you can just meet like-minded people and hear lots of really, really good lectures and just share your knowledge, share your passions with really amazing people. So I am adding all these links and a little bit of more information on the post. We also have another video coming up, still waiting for it. Bear with me just a little bit longer for the video with Richard Saunders from Australian Skeptics. We're still going to have to wait just a little bit longer as the tape makes its way over the ocean, over to me from Australia. So until that happens and we can see the really funny, hilarious, and scientific experiment that I did with Richard, let's go on to today's experiment. Some of you may already know this experiment, at least in one form or another, but we're going to do it with ice box. Water with salt, pennies, nickels, and metallic pearls. Hi again, this is Moo. There are several ways to do this experiment. I wanted to do it a little bit differently than what most of you probably already know, which is why I brought the ice box and tried to do it. However, I encountered a little bit of a problem. Okay then. So, as you can see, it didn't really work for me. But it didn't work not because the scientific principle doesn't work, because it does. It didn't work because my equipment was kind of lacking. But I still want to show you the scientific principle, which still works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to revert back to the original way of doing this experiment, which is still with nickels and pennies, salt water still, and bits of tissue paper. So what you're going to have to do is take a bit of tissue paper, cut it into just squarish bits, or you can have rectangles or whatever you want, really. And what you are doing, and you're going to see it in camera right now, is you need to alternate a penny, a bit of wet, salt water filled tissue paper, and a nickel. The higher this stack is, the better your voltage is going to be, the difference between electrical potentials. But how does this happen? Well, the salt water is an electrolyte. It reacts with different kind of metals and have an electrical reaction of sort. Since we're using different kinds of metal, because a penny is a different kind of metal than a nickel, the metals react differently with the electrolyte and you have a difference in potentials. A difference in potentials is voltage. So I hope you enjoyed this week's experiment, even though it didn't come out exactly the way I wanted to. But there is another point to it. We learn from our mistakes as well. True scientists never hide their mistakes. They never cover them up. They learn from them. So this mistake, you analyze it and you try to think, why didn't things work? So in my case, this week, it was the equipment and my kind of desire not to get myself hurt. So I really hope that by next week I'm going to have the footage with Richard Saunders coming to me from Australia. Up until then, I recommend you go to randy.org to check out TAM6. I know lots of people blogged about this and talked about this, but not enough. This is a great organization with a wonderful meeting, and they have a bunch of other stuff other than the TAM6 meeting, which is cruises and other in-between meetings, and you should really check them out. So, from me, I hope you have a potentially electrical week. And I'll see you next time on smarterthanThat.com. Apparently you should be careful.
Don't think